Hello, everyone, and this is weird. I'm not.
Do it again.
I started off like I just watched a game theory video. I was about to say hello, everyone. Welcome to game. Theory. I'm like,
wait, no, that's not my thing.
wait a second.
Oh shit! Copyright strike. Fuck.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the SkojSkull podcast. My name is Philip, and I'm here joined with our guest for today for episode 4, Jared.
Hey guys, how's it
known
going?
As... How dare you? You interrupt me. I'm kidding. Also known as DrBigBird online. How are you, bud?
I can't complain. Been a long day, but it's feeling good now. How about you?
I'm doing great. Today was awesome. Played some Monster Hunter today. I'm really genuinely excited.
I saw that. I was so jealous I couldn't join.
6 hours of just learning the game because I'm still learning the game.
Hey, 6 hours learning, it's always a learning experience.
Oh yeah, definitely. But how you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. I'm looking forward, starting off next week fresh. Gonna be doing some streaming tomorrow. I look forward to it. It's gonna be exciting.
Sweet. So tell me a little bit about yourself and what you're doing. Cause
a little bit about myself. I'm a recent college graduate. I graduated from Florida Atlantic University in South Florida. I got a criminal justice degree, so I have that going for me. My original plan was to go into law enforcement, but with the way the country's been looking, I'm actually going back to school in the spring to the State College in West Palm to pursue a degree or a certificate in informational technology advancement. So I'll be doing kind of like help desk stuff, but then also computer stuff, so setting things up for companies to use and all that.
I remember you talking about that. That's pretty cool. So you'll be going back to college to help further in what you want to do as a career?
Yeah, this is definitely something more along the lines of what I want to do as for a career. It's not so much something that I kind of forced myself on after deciding it when I was like 9.
Yeah, like
yeah, because that was criminal justice, and about halfway through college, it's like, this isn't what I want to do with my life.
No, I'm still unsure with what I want to do with college. If I want to do college, if I want to pursue it, it's a difficult thing to think about.
It's a big decision. It's a really big decision.
Oh yeah, because it's just. At first, I was like, "Hey, I can go into learning Photoshop and learning get an actual degree focused around Premiere and working video and graphics." But then I was just like, when people look into that kind of stuff, they look more towards experience than a degree. Yes, a degree would definitely help me out, looking for a job, absolutely, 100%. But a lot of the stuff that I could learn in college, I could learn easily online by looking something up. I see something on a video that I see, I could easily look that up and learn how to do it, and then use that and continue using that to make it better in my own way.
Yeah, and in all honesty, speaking from what I've seen what you do with your videos and the editing with Premiere and Photoshop, I'd say you're more or less about that same level as a college graduate already anyways, and you taught all yourself this.
Really?
From what I've seen, from what I personally have seen from graphic design and all of that stuff, and the direction that they try and push you in college, you're definitely on their level and pushing towards the upper half of that level.
That means a lot. Thank you. That seriously does mean a lot. I try my best with it. It's like a pay with design sometimes, because there's just one time where I wanted to recreate everything. I talked about this in the podcast with Kyle too, where it's just I wanted to when I came back to doing Twitch and everything after taking 2 weeks off, I wanted to do recreate everything. So what I did was I started from the ground up, and it was irritating because I was like, what kind of feel do you want to give off? What says me? You know what I mean? And I'm trying to figure things out. I know what I want. I came up with designs, but then I was just clean slated everything, got rid of the whole entire thing, started from scratch again, and kept doing that for the entire day until I got what I wanted.
Interesting.
It's hard. It's
I can
difficult.
imagine. I can imagine it's hard. I feel like it's going to be kind of similar for me also when I get the new stuff coming for me, my new icon, hopefully the new banner as well as even the new emote. I think that'll be a step towards the right direction and be able to help me kind of almost from the ground up in a sense, rebuild my channel, reset it up the way I want it, instead of just going off of what I have and not being able to really make it my own in a sense, if that makes sense.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. There's still like stuff I want to do to like make the channel my own sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like there's still like things of course like when you go on, you can't just stick with one thing all the time. You have to like upgrade it over time. Like for something like, hey, I can make this better. Do it. Make it better. You just be like, I'll do it later. Work on it. Build up on it. If it's like a small, even if it's a small thing, instead of like throwing everything at them, if it's a small thing, like just add it anyways. Like over time, just keep upgrading your channel, and just like show what you can do, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I've been doing since I've been working with Streamlabs OBS, trying to set that up to where I can use it. I now have the new frame, as you saw when I personally showed you, as well as showing where the followers and who the most recent follower is, as well as the most recent sub is, and just all that stuff.
Yeah, I think it's really cool because like I'm trying to adjust to that too. There's like a lot of stuff I want to like include in it. It's a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's kind of scary, like starting with like sticking with the program you used to and just like switching to a totally, not really totally new one, but like a new one where they're like, hey, we have a ton of new stuff. Here you go.
We have a ton of stuff that's easier to use in this program as opposed to what you originally were using.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Like they also made it accessible. Yeah, they also made it accessible on Streamlabs OBS to where like new creators can use new layouts and everything like that, which is crazy because that wasn't accessible to us before.
Yeah.
So it's like
I am going to look into that as well. I want to look into having like a BRB screen and all that.
Definitely, yeah. Look into it. Like, see who you can grab and stuff because like that is all accessible. And like now on Twitch, it's not just like, hey, who has the coolest layout? Is who has the like the personality? Who has the like the the good vibes or like the type of energy people want to see, sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
On Twitch, it's not just like, oh, that guy has an amazing layout. I don't know. But yeah. So I found that like really cool how like it's more accessible for like new like starting up channels to be like, hey, I can grab that and use it, and it's free.
Yeah, it's not just something that's accessible only to those with thousands of followers and who are already partnered with Twitch.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about what you do on Twitch, like what you do on like online and how you handle it and stuff.
Well, what, like games I play or just communicating with
like your channel, like what you want to do, what you bring, like how you bring up your channel, how you want to go about things.
Well, I mean, words are hard. Words are very hard. As of recently on my channel, I've been really into Monster Hunter, as of you, and as well as our friend Gruzzle. So that's been a major staple on my channel so far. With the coming months, new games being released, expansions onto previously old games that I deeply enjoyed, I definitely plan on branching out. The new Hitman game drops in November. I think it was the 4th, if I remember correctly, but that's not important. So I definitely plan on going back to the old Hitman games, Hitman Absolution, Hitman 2016, playing those through to completion, and then hitting Hitman 2 just right away, right off the bat, so that way I can just enjoy it to its full. Because Hitman 2016 left on a cliffhanger, and we're all just like, we must know the truth. But
we must know.
Yeah. On top of that as well, with October coming up next month, the 26th is actually dropping the final chapter for Bendy and the Ink Machine. I originally played that on my channel. Chapters 1 through 4. The 5th chapter is being released. It's actually free for people who already have it, so I'm automatically grabbing that. I'm going to stream 1 through 5 straight through, just right there. I'm going to try and get the remainder of the achievements that I missed and all that, and hopefully kind of make that like the game that, or like the first game that I almost 100% on my channel. And then from then on, we have different games coming out, like there's Fallout 76, which we might be interested in hitting up. I want to look into it. And then, since I figured out how to stream PS4 onto my PC without needing a capture device, and I could just put it right through the PC, I'm going to be branching out to those games a lot more. So hopefully a lot of things are in store for my channel, and that I can implement well as help bring in an audience. Oh, excuse me there.
You're good. But yeah, that's really cool. I like that. Yeah, it's like a lot of story-based games that are like really cool that like you are getting into and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's I story-based games I find really cool. I love story-based games. I used to only do story-based, growing the channels and everything, and like The Last of Us. That was a really good one.
Last of Us is a phenomenal game. Oh.
Yeah, I'm so hyped for Last of Us 2.
Yes. Oh,
so
that's gonna be
hyped.
so good when it comes out.
Yeah, I saw the trailers and everything. I'm like, this almost looks real and it's scary.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so good.
It looks so good. So, where were you before you started this whole thing? Like, before you were just like, you know what, I'm gonna try and hit like YouTube and Twitch.
I mean, I was just a casual gamer. Truthfully, I just played video games, mostly on PlayStation. I had an Xbox for a short amount of time. That's where I got into Skyrim and everything, but I was just a casual gamer just playing for the hell of it. I always wanted to try and start up a YouTube channel, but I never knew, I guess, how or the process to really get it going. But yeah, I played a lot of different games. I played a lot of horror games, played a lot of RPG games like Skyrim, played Oblivion on the PS4 as well as the Fallout games. Those were phenomenal. But
yeah,
I was just school and gaming. That was all I knew.
So like, with this whole thing, this whole Twitch and YouTube thing, like before we got involved in the whole Twitch community and everything, and it kind of started with us.
Yeah.
That's so weird to think about.
It's definitely true. I really sometimes forget that Players community essentially started with you, me, and a handful of others.
Yeah, like family members and friends that we know. That is so okay. That is so weird. Cause like Eric was messing around with a bot called Yuko, and what she, like, for those of you who don't know what Yuko is, like, it's a custom bot that my cousin made, Eric, and what the bot does is like help advertise your channel. So like we have a section for announcements that the Yuko puts in a channel that whoever, like, whenever a person starts streaming, they get put to the top of the list on the roles, like on the side of Discord, and it says like, hey, this person is streaming, then they're on the top. It's a great way to be like, show who's streaming and who's not. Because when, like, usually in Discord channels you see like a whole list of people, and some of them might be streaming, but you don't really recognize it until you actually look over there and see the purple icon on them and what they're streaming.
Yeah, exactly.
So with this Twitch, the bot recognizes that you're streaming when you show like the purple icon, brings you to the top of the list of the Discord, and it's a great way like to help you out, sort of thing. To help show that, like, hey, this guy's streaming, by the way, if you want to check him out.
And I have no doubt that's actually helped my channel grow as well. That notification and people being like, let me go check him out, see what he's doing.
Yeah, what is he up to? I use that a lot as well. I go into the server, I'm like, who's streaming right now? Oh, I want to check him out because I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, it all started around there. Like, Eric was just messing around with the bot for fun. He's still doing it for fun. He loves like messing around with the bot. He loves coding.
His own love child.
Exactly. He's like, this is my child. No one touch her.
This is my daughter. Don't touch her.
But like, talking to other streamers and everything, they were just like, hey, I want this bot in my server, yada yada. It's pretty cool. Like he loves like branching out and everything, trying to help others out.
Sorry.
You're good. It all started like with that. Like how we actually met was I was in Florida. I was visiting Florida for a short while.
Mm-hmm.
And I was mostly visiting to say hi to a friend. Who I went over to one of my other close friends, Robert, and was talking with him, and his sister, Kat, was talking to me. She's like, would you be interested in trying to try out for a voice acting role for an abridged channel? And I was like, sure, it could be fun, because I was like, at that time, I was all about like, hey, let's try something new.
Yeah.
I want to always go for something new. Like if there's something that I have like the slightest bit interest in, I want to go for it. I want to go for it and hit it hard and see what I can do with it. So with the whole voice acting thing, I was like, sure. She's like, can you do like a high pitched voice sort of thing? Like, show me your like high pitched voice. So like, dial a little bit like this, and I was like a little bit high and stuff, and she was just like, we need you. It was really cool. That's when I met her boyfriend Hinote.
Mm-hmm.
And he started talking to me. He's like, have you seen Seven Deadly Sins? I'm like, nope. But he showed me the character, and he showed me just like how much like I would like invest my time in the whole voice acting thing. I'm like, I would love to get involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was when I was like, cool. He's like, all right. Hinote was like, cool. Let's get into a call when you get back to New Hampshire, and we'll get into like a whole meeting thing and talk about like the whole voice acting thing. I was like, sure, it sounds like a great idea. Went back to New Hampshire. We all like you. It was you in the group call. That's how I met you.
Yeah.
It was Kat and it was Hinote. I think it was Frank too.
No, Frank wasn't a part of it yet.
No?
No.
Wait, who else was it? There was another person in the call, I believe.
No, I think it was just us four.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah. Now, so we're all in a group together, and I was talking, and it was really cool to like getting to know everyone, like, and getting involved in that type of like field too. That was my first time. I think not my first time collaborating, but it was my first time working on a bigger project than just gaming for YouTube, because I've never really done that before. Like I never really like got involved in voice acting for YouTube. So it was something that I was absolutely interested in. I want to try out. I met you, and then we talked about like, hey, do you have a YouTube channel? What do you do? So on and so forth. And I got to know you more, and I was just like, hey, let's collaborate and work on some videos together, and we can help each other out, sort of thing.
And it all started on freaking Grand Theft Auto 5 Online. That's where everything gets started.
We did funny moment videos together, and it was really fun because, like, I think were we editing in call? I don't know if we were.
I think we did a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool because it's just like we're talking about what we did kind of in the editing.
Yeah.
And stuff. I always like love seeing like someone else's perspective in a game I was in with them, sort of thing. It's always really interesting seeing what they got, and when they're like laughing hysterically at something that I didn't see, and they're just like, "This is so funny," and I'm like, "I can't wait to see it on video."
It's so good. I've had so many moments like that where it's like someone catches something and I get to see from their perspective, and from your angle, it's just like, okay, something stupid happened. But from theirs, it's just like a work of art just gets plastered all over the screen.
You're just like, yes, this is perfect.
Gorgeous.
Definitely. But, yeah, that's kind of how we met, right?
More or less, yeah. And then going off of that, though, you got to think back. Whenever I started remembering how we met, I started thinking back of how we met pretty much all of the people we know, like a lot of the major streamers that we know, like Troy, Coco, Snoop, all those people, just how that came to be. Because my mind is like, it's incredible how these one little instances, these one little moments in which something could not happen blew up into what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is just beyond amazing. And I love thinking about that. I love remembering it. I love just living in that moment, because you never know. Right now we're doing this. We're just having a good talk, reminiscing about old times. We have no idea what the hell's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow we can meet someone and boom, there's a whole nother branch just getting extended.
Exactly. It's so much fun, like
Mhm.
getting to like meet new people, meet new like communities, and like talking, communicating with everyone. Because it's just
Exactly.
like there's so many good people out there, and like doing like the same thing. They have the same goal. It's always fun, like seeing people with the same passion going for something.
Without a doubt.
Where we are now is really crazy.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you've blown up. Holy shit.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, what? It was, you did
I
your
guess so.
500 special, and then that day you pretty much hit 600 right off the bat.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was close to it already, but yeah, because I didn't have time to be able to do the 500 special because I was traveling a lot. But yeah, that same day I did the 500 follower special. I got 600. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
okay.
oh shit, this is getting big.
Mm.
I mean, and now you're, I want to say like 760 something,
771.
771 after night. Jesus, man.
I don't know. It's. I don't really look at the numbers sometimes, and it's just like whenever I do, I'm like, what's happening?
Hey, I'm in the same boat, man. I mean, 1 minute it was like, hey, you got 50 followers. I'm like, nice. Next, now I'm looking at my numbers and it's like, that says 126. Why did 126 people hit the follow button for my channel? I mean, seriously.
Like,
Why?
it surprises everyone on Twitch because no one expects to hit these numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Like when Mother Coco, like he got like 800 recently,
Mhm.
and he was on stream. I was just like, happy 800. He was like, wait, what?
Wait, I hit
Hold on.
800? Oh, shit.
It's hitting milestones like that is crazy.
It really
and
is.
it's not like, sure, like we're the host and we like create the content, but you guys are there with us. You guys helped us. Like I'm talking to the audience. You guys helped us get to this point. This is a collaborative effort. It's not like, oh, we did this by ourselves. Like, no.
No, this is 100%. In my opinion, this is all thanks to the audience themselves, to the people who decide to come in and watch and just either lurk in the background or talk in the chat box and all that. They're the ones who help build up the channel. Because without that interaction, one, you don't know if you're doing something good or something bad. You don't know if everything's working out good. You also have the instance in which it's like, hey, keep this going. They spread the word of your channel, and that's how it gets bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where you're sitting there, you're looking at your channel, you're thinking, hell, a month ago I was at this number, and now I'm twice that
Whatever.
size. And it's like, holy
Yeah. It's crazy. It's
It
just
really
like we're the
is.
ones that press start. You guys are the ones that keep us going.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then going off of like trying out new things and everything. Stream race.
Yes.
Stream race.
Oh, this is the topic we've wanted to get to already.
I love stream race. Oh my gosh.
God, it's so good.
We started doing like started fooling around with the whole system of stream race, which was whoever gets to the end of like a story game first wins. Whoever loses has to do a bet decided by the winner. That whole concept of like it's not really it is a competition, but it's like a friendly competition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you're playing a game, you're enjoying it, you're having a good time. All the while you're trying, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, I gotta beat this person.
Exactly.
But then halfway through it, up through the game, it's just like, I'm really enjoying this game.
Exactly.
This is a good game.
We even talk to each other like we're both
yeah.
in the call. It's not like we're in separate calls. We're both in the same call when we're doing the stream race, And we always tell each other, like, dude, how far are you at? And it's like, oh, I got to this point. It's like, oh, nice, I just got to that point. It's really cool, like, seeing where each other is at in, like, the point of the race.
Because that also puts the person, if they're behind, it's like, oh, I got to catch up. It makes you think in different ways. Because if you've played the game, for instance, and you're trying to remember it, like, our very first stream race, we did Dishonored. That one, we were pretty much neck and neck for the entirety of it until one point where you didn't go retrieve your freaking equipment, and I did. And I got so far behind, and I'm just like, back in my mind, I'm like, I fucked up.
I was trying to go for my equipment, but like the way to get there was so weird. I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna continue. Like, so I asked you, I was like, do you get like materials that like kind of reflect them? And you just like, yes. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna continue.
Back in my mind, I'm like, fuck. Oh shit.
Yeah. Also with that, there's like the whole audience interaction with it too.
Oh, I love the audience interaction with the stream race.
It was so much fun. People were, like, came in and they're just like, they see the word stream race on the banner and they're just like, what's happening?
The hell's a stream race?
Yeah, and then when we talk about it, they're just like, oh, who else are you racing against and stuff. And they're just like, oh, I'm Team Jared, or I'm Team Phil, Team Bird, Team Skull. It's really like, it's so cool having like the audience interaction with it too.
Oh.
And then when we tried like adding guests to it, we tried that out. We had Troy, we had Rachel for the next one. It was really cool because it's just like, then we brought like kind of their community and they're just like inviting them to the whole idea.
Exactly.
And then they're just like, oh, okay, I'm Team Troy then. And then they're just like voting for him to win and stuff like that. And then I think some people placed bets on us, which was really fun.
Yeah, some people started placing bets. And then also you're getting a new audience or a new group, like, oh shit, I'm gonna watch out for this because if they do it again, I definitely want to see what game it is or how it goes. Cause
yeah, exactly.
Just that interaction with the people, the hype that generated. I mean, the very first one we had at times, we streamed it on YouTube at the time, but I think when we were doing that, we had, I want to say, at least like 20 people watching us the majority of the time. It was
interesting. It was really good. It was really fun.
Yeah.
People were like really curious about it.
Yeah, exactly. And people still are, thankfully.
Yeah. We talk about it every now and then. People are just like, wait, what?
Yeah, people are either like, oh, you guys are bringing back the stream race, or wait, say that again? What's a stream race? I'm interested now. I'm fascinated.
So the whole thing is that we have like a whole voting system for people to vote on. So we have like 3 games. We present them for people, and with those 3 games, people get to choose like what game we do for the race. That's pretty cool.
Usually, we'll put the poll up. We'll turn it on, have it on for about a week, and then like that. Like if it goes from Saturday to Saturday, it's Saturday at noon. We'll cut it off. We'll tally the votes, see how much or which game is going to be played. We'll make sure everyone has it by then, has it all downloaded, updated, yada yada yada, and then a video will be put out announcing the winner of the game, as well as who will be joining us. And then the date is set, the time is good. That day, that time, we launch the game, the stream race begins.
Exactly. And if it's like, if we're on a break, then we're just like, okay, controllers down, hands up, let's get some food and drinks. Because those races sometimes last a while.
Yeah.
We didn't take a break with the first one. We should have.
We didn't take a break with the second one either.
Well, it's because like the game is so short, we're just like, we wanted to get it done.
Did we take a break with Assassin's Creed? I don't think we did.
I think we might have, because when we started, it was like right after lunch, I believe, or something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, either way.
So we started right after we all ate.
This is just something that we're gonna have to keep in the back of our minds. One thing also, like the 4 previous stream races that we've done, we're kind of seeing that as like that was like the tester
learning
season,
curve.
The pilot season, so to speak.
Yeah, like this will be like the one that's coming out right now. It's gonna be coming out. It's the second weekend of October on Sunday.
Yes, it should be, I want to say, the 14th and the 26th. Or no, 21st. I'm sorry.
The 7th. No. Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
14th.
Yeah, 14th and then the 21st.
28th.
Oh, no. 21st.
14th and 21st. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm
those
out
were-
of town on the 28th. It can't be that. I'll lose.
So it's good. Like the streamers is gonna kick back up on the 14th. We already have our guest waiting in line. We're not gonna announce this person yet.
You'll have to wait
But-
until the announcement video for what game we're playing to know who the
Exactly.
guest is.
Yes,
That's
I'm so
another
excited.
thing. That's another thing, though. The announcement videos. Those are so fun to make. Because it's just like... the 4 that we've done, the
Mhm.
4 announcement videos that we've done. No, wait, we've only done 3. We never did one for the final one.
No, we didn't. It was mostly just
Word of mouth. But anyways,
yeah.
the 3 that we've done for that, they were the most random things. A lot of the times we just did it like day before, and that's what happened. This time, though, we're going to be trying to a little more emphasis, a little more, putting a little more pizzazz into it, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
Because we have a
I'm
good
really
idea on
excited.
how to announce this person, and it's gonna be funny if we can pull it off.
Yeah, definitely. And we're gonna have like new layouts and everything working on for it. Hopefully, we get those going before the actual streaming starts. So, which will be like a few weeks. So
Oh yeah,
we'll
we should be. We're more than set. That should give them more than enough time.
Yes, absolutely. Because they're working on the logo designs and everything now. Visuals by Impulse. They're definitely fantastic designers. They made like so many really good designs for like Twitch streamers and YouTubers. So I'm genuinely excited for what they'll do. But yeah, the announcement videos were so much fun. Like we did it like for the announcement videos we did skits. For the first 2 they were really interesting.
They were so stupid, but so great.
They were the first video. My sister was in the background.
Yeah, I remember you just do a zoom in on her. She's just like,
So what's happening? I told her to be quiet, and I like as I exited the door in like an action styled way, I zoomed in. You don't remember?
no, I remember. She's just
Oh,
looking
you're
at the
just-
back like,
Yeah. She looked back and was like, "What's happening?" And it was a lot of fun. Those videos are always really fun to make. And
I can't wait to get back into them. Oh, that's gonna be
same
so
here.
fun.
Same here. And then, yeah, like having a new guest like every streamer is like honestly very awesome too, because like
Yeah, definitely.
introduces an idea to another person, like friends of ours and stuff, and they're just like, yeah, I love this idea, let's
Yeah.
do it. So I'm genuinely excited.
I am too. It's gonna be so good.
Mm-hmm. And going back to the voice acting and abridged work, you want to talk about Aethon real quick?
Yeah, sure. About 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years now, myself as well as Kat and Hinote, we got together one day, just talking it out. We decided to do a startup group or an abridged series for Seven Deadly Sins, and we put it under the channel name Aethon Productions. Our main goal with this is kind of similar, I guess you could say, to Rooster Teeth in a sense, or even Team 4-Star. We wanted to do a bridge work, we knew that right off the bat, but we also wanted to start implementing gaming into it, and then eventually kind of like doing our own series and whatnot, kind of like how Rooster Teeth does with Red versus Blue.
Mm-hmm.
The original plan was we started with Seven Deadly Sins. We got up to episode 7. We had to go on a bit of a hiatus because of real life stuff, school, work, the whole 9 yards, just taking our lives over, which sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But there has been a lot of talk lately. We've been active on our Discord, which we've just started up, and we actually have quite a few voice people coming in, or potential voice actors coming in to take over roles from VAs who are unable to continue their work with us, as well as we're going to be dishing out new roles potentially, just because of everything going on right now and all that. Fun fact, PhD Gaming originated from Aethon Production.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It was originally myself and Hinote playing games together, where we called I think it was, I want to say like insightful plays. It was me and him just going into games. The one game we did was Resident Evil. We went in, co-opted it, went through, kind of like went in depth with it, gave commentary, tried to be funny, all that stuff. And then kind of grow from there. I tried doing a few more. Life got in the way, but with it coming back, we'll see where that goes. Hopefully we can also get Aethon to start doing with Twitch too. Reach a little bit of an audience a lot easier than YouTube videos.
That'd be fantastic. And also like that, like with the Discord that we just set up for Aethon, we can implement that with like the whole like community as well. I definitely think that'd be a great idea. And then of course we can make our own sections for ourselves as like for like giving us information on voice like scripts and stuff for the voice acting stuff.
Yeah.
Hinote puts a lot of work into these
Definitely.
The abridged videos. A lot.
A lot of work. He writes the script too. He writes the script. He does the editing. A lot of the times all we do is the voice act. We just come in, record our voice, send it to him. If he has any qualms, he'll send it back, let us know like how he wants it changed a bit. And then, or like if we need to shorten it because there's not enough frames for the mouth movement, we'll do that, send it back. Usually it's good. Kat's usually the one in charge of making sure we're getting our voices right, or we had the right voice tonal sound to go for different characters. Trust me now, Captain. You would not believe how hard it is to get this voice every time for Bond. Captain!
Yeah. It's hard like trying to go back to a voice as well, especially now because we haven't gotten to the voices like after a while.
That's very true. Yeah, that's going to be my hardest part, jumping back to Bond's voice, keeping it consistent.
He has a rough, raspy voice, so that's going to be it's going to be interesting to go after.
It's going to be interesting how you're going to bring back King.
That's not going to be too hard.
Hopefully.
It's not going to be too hard. His voice is kind of just like I feel like it's my voice, but I have to think about it more. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain. It's like a little lighter and just like, hey, what's up? Sort of.
Pretty much. If we bring back Full Metal Alchemist, though, oh my god.
I'm excited because I don't really voice any actors. I don't really voice any characters in that. So it'll be interesting if I could grab a voice for.
I'm sure you will be able to. I wouldn't be surprised. My main thing, though, if we continue with Full Metal Alchemist, I hope I keep King Clinton. Oh, I'm sorry, King Bradley, but we call him Fuhrer King Clinton. The one line I had so far, the one line. Hell yeah, 12 kill streak. I'm gonna go teabag the hell out of you.
It's so weird. Doing the whole voice acting thing is actually a lot of fun in general.
Definitely.
And these are definitely like the Bird series is definitely also like a good portfolio. I put in. I was recently talking. We talked with Lucas a while back. He gave us lessons on the whole voice acting thing, and just like kind of like find our voice and see what we're comfortable with and what we can do. It was really cool. I love being in those calls and talking with them about it because it's interesting going in. I love going in behind the scenes and different things. Like I went behind the scenes of like graphic design. I was just like, oh, so this is how this billboard is made. Now I know how it's done, and whenever I see a new one, I'm just like, I can make that better. You know what I mean? And then with voice acting, it's really interesting because like you start looking at that, and then you look at old shows and everything. It's just like I can make this sound so much better.
And that's another thing too. When we get into starting up the bridge officially, I think I'm going to talk with Lucas a little more.
Definitely, and I think he might be interested even in like getting involved in it because that also like helps put in our portfolio for him.
That's true.
Putting in his portfolio it's really the whole voice acting thing, like everything involved in it is very interesting. Like to get started is very like it's not it's different, not difficult, but it's very different. It's competitive.
a lot of the times from what I've seen and from what I've gathered from Lucas telling me, when I've done the lesson, it's kind of like dive into the deep end. That's the only way you're going to find something, pretty much.
If you don't hit it hard right off the bat, you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
If you don't go after as many rolls as possible, you're not going to make it.
Yeah. Which makes sense, but
exactly,
at the same time.
The reason why I go after as many things as possible is because you might find that one that'll get you the job, sort of thing.
Exactly.
That'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to work in voice acting. That'd be so cool.
Well, hey, we continue with the Abridged series. You will.
But we also with Athon, you guys have also been through a lot of downsides with it too. There's been with the companies.
Yeah.
Kind of attacking your channel.
I forgot about that.
That's the downsides to Abridged channels.
The major downside to Abridged channel is just a little background information. When it comes to the United States, we have something that's called the Fair Use Act. Fair use basically says so long as we're not monetizing for our own personal gain, we can use any form of video, audio, that sort of stuff, within reason, of course. Mm-hmm. But if we're making a video, we're just using the visual footage of it, and we're using our own audio for it. That falls under fair use. We're completely safe. You're allowed to do that, so long as it's not being monetized. The big issue is with us doing anime Abridged series. Japan does not have fair use. Japan is very protective of their work. They are very. If they see that, hey, this is something that we produced. No, you don't use this. This is ours. Mm-hmm. They will mark a copyright on that. And it happened quite a few times. It actually got to a point where Athon received a strike on their channel because we tried fighting it, and we lost that claim, unfortunately. It got to a point where we reached out to other channels who were doing Abridged work. Another one is the Seven Deadly Schmucks, who were doing Seven Deadly Sins Abridged as well. And essentially, they have been fighting the same war as us, or at least a similar war, as where Sony of Japan, who produces Seven Deadly Sins over there, and is the parent company or something for Sony here in the U.S., who then leases it out to Netflix. They're in charge of that, and if they catch you using that, they've been striking those things. A lot of Abridged series have gotten hit by that. Team 4 Star has gotten it twice, in which all of their content got struck at the same time. I mean, the response video that they put out for it was freaking hilarious. Oh my god. But the fact that one day you have all your Abridged, you've had these episodes out for years at a time, and then all of a sudden you wake up and boom, they're all marked as copywritten. They're all no longer available. It's just like, I've had these up for years. You take now to strike me. Because that also happened with us. We had episode 2 of Seven Deadly Sins Abridged. It had been up for 2 years. We go to check it one morning, copyright struck. We tried fighting it. We got a copyright strike, or we got a strike on our channel. We had to re-upload it, fixing one little section that was the copyright issue. And it's stressful, I'll say that.
Yeah,
posting the videos is stressful.
It can be. That's really weird that they do that. I'd say it makes sense that they do that, because in the end, it's just like each animated video is like an art piece. You know what I mean?
It is, and of course, with Japan not having fair use laws, even though we're in the U.S. and they have fair use laws, they do not affect I guess the Japanese product in this case, which it makes sense. It sucks. It really sucks when it hits you, but it makes sense.
Definitely. Do you guys still have the copyright strike?
Truthfully, I don't even remember the password to Athon's channel. I'd have to ask Kinote about that.
Yeah.
I don't think we do. I think it went away because it was 60 days, no problem, and we've been on hiatus for about 2 years.
2 years.
Actually? Thereabout.
My goodness. It hasn't felt like that long.
No, it hasn't. It's ridiculous. I'm so glad we're getting back into it, though.
I feel like we're getting back into it, like, with a breath of fresh air, too.
That's definitely true.
Instead of feeling like, hey, we need to get back into this, we're just like, no, we want to.
Yeah, we can. Can we do this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just want to say huge props to Hinate, too, because he's the one who's organized the channel. He's the one he's worked his ass off with this channel.
Yeah.
He's the one who's built up this channel to what it is, and like I'm really proud of the guy.
Over 2,300 subscribers, if I remember correctly.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually ridiculous. I will hope, like, in the beginning of the video, just to like hopefully make like an audio announcement or something like that, or video announcement saying like, "Thank you for sticking around," sort of thing.
Yeah, that's definitely something we plan on doing. When I spoke with Hinote, we definitely plan on. We're going to put out a video saying, hey, we've been on hiatus for 2 years. Sorry about this. The next episode's coming out soon. I hope you're ready. And then, like, very shortly after, it's like, the new episode.
Yeah. Because, like, it's very awesome. His audience was really cool, too. Because it's just, the community is very, very, like, super friendly. It was like, oh, this joke was amazing in this part. Like, he's written all of it. He's written it. He's animated, like, not animated it, but he's like, he's
found the scenes which work.
Yeah. And like, he's done all of that too. And it's crazy. He's one of the hardest working YouTubers I've ever met, and it's really cool to see that. To see like the passion involved in that too. It's really cool.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Hinata, if you're listening to this, bud, great job, man. Like, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, definitely, man. Here's to what you've done, and here's to what you will do.
Cheers! All right. Might as well drink to that, I guess. But yeah, so that, like, with the abridged work and everything, that's awesome. I love doing like voice acting stuff. It's great, and like, trying out new things is always like a fun thing to do. I used to just do gaming on YouTube. It was fun, but it was just like at the same time I want to try out different stuff. The cool thing with YouTube is just like, hey, you don't have to do just one thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Twitch, that goes with Twitch as well. But like with YouTube, you can like, hey, this is a documentary of this thing.
I think one of YouTube's early mottos was express yourself.
Yeah.
And that really fits for what YouTube is.
Exactly, yeah. It's really cool. I enjoy that. So, anything you'd like to include?
I mean, we've hit on a lot of things. I mean,
yeah.
And just all that stuff, I mean, I can't even begin. It's amazing to know that in the time that we've known each other, all of this has happened. It's amazing. From Athon Productions to Players Community to where we are now, and to what we have planned out for the future as well. That mindset alone, it's incredible, and I wish I could voice just to the people watching what we have planned, but I'm just gonna say this. From what we've already talked about, this is
just the beginning.
This is just the beginning. You guys are going to love what's coming.
We have so much in store, so much planned, that this is just the beginning. All this stuff that we're talking about right now, like, we've been doing this. We're just bringing a lot of stuff back. The stuff that we're gonna do in the future that we haven't even like brought light into the subject of, which is not gonna happen for a short bit. Like it's gonna happen pretty much next year. Next year, like all of this is.
That's when a lot of things are gonna start kicking off, and it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be glorious.
I won't give in. I won't give in. It'll be glorious. There's your copyright strike.
Yay! What I always wanted. You've been involved in like music, too.
Yeah, I guess I have.
I was like, when you started singing, I was like, wait, you've been in music.
Oh, wait, you're a musician. Shit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have played the trombone now for 11 years. I've been in marching band for 8 years.
That's crazy. I've seen the videos and stuff you posted, like, from the school as well.
I've accidentally called you during a practice.
Yeah, you have. I was at the dump, dropping off like garbage and everything. I was with my dad, and I was just like, "Hold on, someone's calling me." And he was like, "Oh, okay, who is it?" It's like, "It's Jared." And I pick up the call, and it was just like,
yeah,
I heard you guys talking. I was just like, "Hello." Hello, and like obviously you didn't hear me, but it was like really funny because I heard you guys talking and everything. I was like, I'm just gonna hang up the call.
I did that so often at band camp. Oh my god!
I heard you did that to quite a few other people too. Apparently,
Mm-hmm.
how'd you manage that? How do you manage to butt dial people like that?
My phone is very sensitive to a point where it doesn't lock properly, and I have to make sure like the screen isn't facing a certain way. Otherwise, when I bump it, it will turn on. It'll open it. I'll have all these apps opened. I mean, I've come back from a practice, pull out my phone. I got 36 apps open. My phone's at 5%. I've called the president. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's way too funny. But dude, thank you so much for joining the podcast today.
Yeah,
man.
I'm happy to have joined, man. It was a blast.
It was amazing. I love talking about this stuff. This is what I love doing. And eventually, of course, like these interview style podcasts, I love doing them. I think I need to get better is like introducing the people in the beginning, because I really realized with Snoop, and I think maybe Coco and Kyle, is that I haven't really like in the beginning like introduced them. Like, hey, this is what they do. What do you guys like? Introduce yourself, sort of thing.
Hey, and that's perfectly fine. It's a brand new thing. We're just getting started.
It's a brand new thing. I'm just getting started. But well, what I do plan, the reason why I'm like introducing these people one by one, I'm not just doing interview style podcasts. I love doing interview style podcasts. They're amazing. I love introducing people to the channel. It's so much fun, like talking to people and about their stories and everything. But I think I also want to do group podcasts where we're like together in a group call,
that
like,
would
with
be
Mama
awesome.
Coco and Snoop, or something like that, and just like talk about our experiences together. Like it's not just like a podcast. Oh, it is a podcast. It's not just like a interview. It's also just like we're all just chilling, talking about different topics, having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I want to like eventually turn this into. Like, of course, there's still going to be interview podcasts.
Yeah.
But I also want to do other things as well.
Yeah, but there'll be things like, maybe for like Overwatch League, get a group of people who really know Overwatch, talk about that. Or for the video game awards, get a group of people together for that. Hey, let's talk together, see what games we think are going to win.
Yeah, exactly. I think that'll be really cool to like cover upon.
Oh, definitely.
Really interesting. The next person that we're gonna we're gonna have another guest for the let me restart that. We're gonna have another guest for the podcast next week. He's also a YouTuber who's been in the whole variety section of YouTube, and he's been doing this for a while. He has had like a lot of great success with it. It might be an IRL podcast. So like we'll both be in the same room talking.
I look forward to seeing this.
Yeah, that'll be the first IRL podcast. That is so weird. But yeah, we'll also be doing like IRL podcasts too. Like I would love to like see you guys and actually talk to you in person and do another podcast.
Yes, that would be very nice.
That would be so cool. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys are watching this right now, we're trying. I've said this before in other podcasts, but we're trying to get a day earlier with the audio. on SoundCloud and iTunes. So if you guys haven't followed us on SoundCloud and iTunes, there'll be everything will be in the description below, as well as Jared's channel. So make sure you go check him out, because he does some awesome stuff, and he's like really getting into the whole streaming side of things. I'm really excited for it. Thank you so much for joining in today, bud.
Yeah, thank you too, man. 2 years of friendship. Here's to the past 2 years, and here's to the next 2 and beyond.
Exactly. Dude, like, it felt like we already met each other, but we haven't. We never met each other before.
Nope.
It needs to happen.
Hopefully sometime soon.
Exactly. But, I'm super excited for what's to come. Get hyped, get excited, because what you're seeing right now, what you're seeing in front of you right now, is just the beginning. Just the beginning.
If you guys knew what was coming, oh boy.
Oh. All right, you guys have a fantastic day. You guys have a fantastic morning, evening, night. Thank you guys very much for watching, listening, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
See you later.
Goodbye.